We're given the system x plus y plus z is equal to 1, x squared plus y squared plus z squared is 2, x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed equals 3. We want to find what is x to the fifth plus y to the fifth plus z to the fifth. The first step, we're going to define the power sum. So that's going to be p sub k equals x to the k plus y to the k plus z to the k. And what we have here is that p of 1, which is this first equation, p of 2, and then p of 3. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3 respectively. So we want to find what p of 5 is. To do that, we're going to introduce elementary symmetric polynomials. So E1 is defined to be x plus y plus z, E2 is xy plus yz plus zx, and E3 is x times y times z. This first one is P1, which was given to us as 1. So that's this line right here. Now we want to compute E2 from P2. So let's start off with the identity of quantity x plus y plus z squared. That could be rewritten as x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 2 times the quantity xy plus yz plus zx. Now this thing is going to be E2. This is P2. So what we have is P2 plus 2E2. And then on this side, we have P1 squared. So P1 is 1. We have 1 squared equals P2, which P2 we said is 2. So remember, we said P1 is 1, P2 is 2, P3 is 3, plus 2 times E2. And so we can solve for E2 to get negative 1/2. Now we want to compute E3 from P3. So we're going to consider x plus y plus z quantity cubed, which is P1 cubed, equals, and then that's x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed, which is P3, plus now this stuff. So this is going to be, we're going to have to alternate this by expanding it and then factoring to get to something that we already know. So to do that, we're going to focus first on multiplying x plus y with y plus z, and then finally we're going to multiply by z plus x. So if we multiply x plus y with y plus z, we get xy plus xz plus y squared plus yz. And then multiply by z plus x to get this whole thing right here. Now what we do is group like terms. So basically you have powers of x and y. So which one of these has powers of x and y only? Well, that's x squared y and xy squared. Okay, next one we have powers of x and z only. So xz squared plus x squared z. And then powers of y and z only. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then finally you have 2 copies of x, y, z. So those will go together. And now we can do is factor the greatest common factor from each of these terms. So x squared y, xy squared, you have xy, then you have xz, yz, etc. And then we're going to factor this further by factoring out x plus y plus z. So basically what you're doing is, the trick here is adding a z, a y, and an x. Because think about it, what's missing? You have xy, you're missing z. You have xz, you're missing y. You have yz, you're missing x. But when you do that, each one of these is going to have an extra xyz. So if I multiply xy with z, I have another xyz. If I multiply xz with y, I have another xyz. And then finally, yz and x, multiply that out, I get another xyz. So that's going to be 3 copies of xyz. So that means that I have to subtract by 3 copies of xyz. And so now, when I do that, each one of these guys has x plus y plus z as one of the factors. So then, so this x, y, z, all 3 of these are x plus y plus z, which is this. And then we have xy, xz, and and then yz. And then we have to subtract 3xyz with 2xyz to get negative xyz. So what I'm saying for this is what we ended up adding when we put in a z, y, and x in there. But really, we don't want to add it again. We want to subtract it. Okay, so now we get the identity x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed equals x plus y plus z quantity cubed minus 3 times x plus y plus z times xy plus yz plus zx plus 3xyz. Okay, now if we write this out, we have this is p3 equals p1 cubed minus 3p1 times xy plus yz plus zx. That's going to be S2 or E2, and then plus 3xyz, which, let's see, xyz was E3. And so now we just plug in. So we know that P3 is 3, P1 is 1, P2 we set as negative 1/2. Sorry, this is E2 is, this is an E, not a P. E2 is negative 1/2, and then we need to solve for E3 to get 1/6. So now we want to end up finding what is P5. But first, let's look at Newton's identities. So for 3 variables, Newton's identities state that for k greater than or equal to 4, P sub k minus E1 times P sub k minus 1 plus E2 times P sub k minus 2 minus E3 times P sub k minus 3 is equal to 0. So you could just add this to the other side to get to this equation. So we're going to go to P4. Before we go to P5, we go to P4. So for P4, plug in k equals 4 in here to get E1 P3 minus E2 P2 plus E3 P1. And those are exactly the things that we calculated in the previous steps. So you just plug it in and get P4 is 25/6. Now to compute P5, we use Newton's identity. That's E1 P4 minus E2 P3 plus E3 P2. The good thing is we just calculated P4 in the prior step, which was 25/6. So you plug in E1 P4, E2 P3, E3 P2, and end up with P5 equals 6. And recall that P5 was equal to x to the 5th plus y to the 5th plus z to the 5th. And so 6 is our final answer.